Hi guys, what's up? Alex here. Today we are here with the next episode of F1 YouTuber career mode, and today we are here in Austria, driven by MickeyMoTiOnZ. Of course, I'll leave a link to his channel down below. He's actually recently started off a new channel, so I'll leave to that down below. I think he's quite close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you want to go over there and subscribe to him, that'd be appreciated. And yeah, Austria, a good track. I think it's one of the favourites of everyone on this game. It's a really fun track to drive, and you can see here Mickey's in the last 10 of qualifying, the third session I should say really, and he's up on everyone through the first sector, half a second up I think that is on Lewis Hamilton through the first sector there, and 1.5 seconds up on his fastest time here. So this is looking like a pretty decent lap here from Mickey, and he's hoped to probably get past Hamilton and probably Rosberg in second place with this lap time here today. You can see our first lap time here was good enough for 10th place, and obviously we're hoping to get a bit more than our 1:15.6 round here in Austria. I think the sort of benchmark time for a lot of people around Austria is 1 minute sort of 11, 1 minute 10, something like that. But it looks like here today Mickey's actually going to go even better than that. What are those two cars doing there? That was Raikkonen and Hulkenberg just in the middle of the track there, just destroying that lap time here from Mickey, or at least the final sector. As we head around the final corner and out to the start-finish line, what's the time going to be across the start-finish line? It's a 1 minute 9.2, so my estimations are well off there. It looks like Mickey's gone and had a really good lap there and gone to a 1 minute 9.215. I think I normally do about 1 minute 10, so I think that shows how quick Mickey is here in Austria. And we're starting in pole position, obviously. And it looks like here we're going for a two-stop race here. So that's a little bit different than what everyone else has been doing in this series. It looks like everyone else has been doing like one-stop races. And this should be a different race here today in Austria. The lights are coming on, the lights are out, and away we go. Here in Austria, Hamilton's got a mega start here, and so has Rosberg. You can see in the mirror, both of them look like they're going to be passed down to turn 1, but Mickey brakes a bit later and goes around the outside of Hamilton and Rosberg to take the lead of the race once again, and that should be pretty good for him as we head down this long back straight here. That's where the DRS detection point would be over on lap number 3. You can see Mickey's put it into the lean fuel mixture here. Just save a bit of fuel and also get better traction out of some of the corners here in Austria, as you do decelerate and then accelerate quite fast in some of the turns here. And Hamilton was the gap back to him. We'll see in a second as we go through the sector split. I think that's not this turn, it's the next turn I think. As we run a little bit wide over the grass there, and that puts Hamilton right up behind us here. Got to be wary of him overtaking us in the slipstream. And I think, yes, just here we'll see the gap to Hamilton. Looks like he's backed up a little bit there into the back of Rosberg. And what's the gap? 0.8 of a second as we head through that sector. And Rosberg has managed to get past Ricciardo for third place now. And as we head around the final couple of turns here in Austria, as I said, we've got to be wary about Hamilton in a straight line. Mickey runs a little bit wide around the penultimate turn there, and then around this final turn, obviously you can take a bit of curb as there is that runoff area there. Across the start-finish line there, 0.3 of a second, or nearly 0.4 of a second really, and heading through turn 1, and Mickey is going to have Hamilton right up behind him here. Looks like the car was sort of auto-stopped there by the game as we headed across the exit of turn 1 there, but Hamilton not really close enough to put a challenge on us here as we head up to the hairpin, and the gap has grown to just over 0.7 of a second now. You see Mickey's 5 seconds up on his fastest time from last lap, but obviously we sort of started on the starting grid last time, so obviously this lap will be a lot better. But switching between all the fuel mixes definitely does help in the traction. That's what you guys have been telling me, and I have been sort of trying to work it out in, or trying to sort of do it in my career mode, the modded career mode, and I think it actually has been helping out a little bit. And I think it's something, a tactic that I'll be using for the rest of my career mode series. But Hamilton through this sort of middle sector seems to be very fast. I'm sort of a bit confused about that really, because I thought of all of the sectors the Mercedes would be slowest in the middle sector because it's the most sort of twisty, but there we are, that's just that. I suppose the Mercedes is just great everywhere at the end of the day. As we head across the start-finish line for the second time, a 1 minute 11.3 on that lap, and about 0.6 back to Hamilton here. And Ricciardo's got it to third. Rosberg's not even in the top 4 now, so I'm not too sure what's happened to him. Maybe he got pushed off the track or something, but Raikkonen, out of nowhere, gets the fastest lap time. A bit strange, I'm not going to lie. I'm not even sure where he is. He must be outside the top 5 in this race right now. And through the first sector, the gap has decreased to about half a second here. Hamilton's going to be right up behind us and going to have DRS as well. But you can see in the mirror, the right mirror, he's not really close enough, is he, to actually make a move here. So it looks like we're going to be good enough here to just stay in first place here without any really challenge from Hamilton And there we are, staying in first place. As we skip ahead to lap number 8 here. A bit of an unconventional pit entrance there from Mickey, but lap number 8 is when we're deciding to pit. We're starting on the prime tyres, I think. I could be wrong, we'll see when we come to the stop here, but I think these are the prime tyres here in Austria. And we'll head, over to the super soft compound tyres, which are the option tyres here in Austria. It's really confusing. Options, prime, super soft, soft, medium, hard. I don't know, I get confused with all those tyre compounds and what you're supposed to call them. So we come out the pit lane here. And Kvyat somehow is, I'm guessing he hasn't stopped, but Kvyat is leading the race now. And we've got plus 4 laps fuel here on lap number 9 here, so that should be quite good. I'm guessing on this stint here we're going to be using a lot of fast fuel mixture to maximise these super soft tyres, but I think the best time to use the fast fuel mix, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is near the end of the race. If you have super soft tyres and near the end of the race, because then you get really fast speed around the lap times. That's what I'm thinking, but you guys can obviously correct me if I'm wrong there. The best time, if you have saved fuel mixture and you are on that certain strategy, would be to go to fast fuel mixture at the end of the stint with the super soft. And it looks that, that's what Mickey's doing here. He's using fast and standard instead of standard and lean in these last sort of half of the race here. That's what I'm assuming he's going to be doing here, but that two-stop strategy is definitely going to be interesting, I've got to say, because no one else has really done it this far. And look at Kvyat there. I think he's actually pitting here, Kvyat. Look, he wants to go in the pit lane there. It doesn't work out for him because Mickey's already on the inside. That's not really Mickey's fault at all there, because he was on the inside there, and Kvyat really should have been giving him space and just maybe backing off. But lap number 13 is our second pit stop here, obviously using a bit of lean fuel mixture here. Still plus 3 laps fuel, as Mickey has obviously been switching between the fast and the normal fuel mix here. But into the Williams box here, hopefully they'll have a good pit stop, for you can see Ricciardo and Rosberg have gone past already. I think Hamilton is the next person to overtake us here on the outside, but it's going to be pretty close as we head out the pit lane here. We dropped to 5th place. I think that's another Red Bull. I think it must be Vettel in 4th place here. We exit the pit lane very close to Button. He managed to get out just in front of us here, but we're now in the slipstream of Button as we head down this long back straight. Even without DRS here, it looks like we're going to be able to get past Button as we head into the braking zone here. We have the superior tyres and the superior grip, so we should be able to doing that. And yes, we are up to 5th place now. We even get a bit of help there from DRS, obviously because we were behind at the detection point. But as we overtook him through the turn, we got the advantage of that as well. But now Vettel is the next person on our list here, and hopefully he'll be pretty easy to overtake. I mean, it's the Red Bull ring. Obviously, you'd hope the Red Bulls would be good around there, but if you look at real life 2014, this was technically their worst race of the season. So, yeah, I don't know, it's a bit confusing, isn't it? You'd have expected the Red Bull ring to be good to the Red Bull cars, but that wasn't the case. But in a straight line, you'd really just expect the Williams to be faster than Vettel, but it's actually on the exit of the turn there. You get superior grip, actually. You get the fastest lap as well there, and managed to get past Vettel pretty easily there and up into 4th place. Now Hamilton is the next person on our list here. We'll have the DRS down this back straight here. Is it going to be enough? Quite a lot of wheel spin there, because you're in fast fuel mixture most of the time now. That'll be helping us get the lap times down, but it might not help on some of the traction on some of the turns. But I guess we're just going to have to take that risk now, as we are right near the end of this race and we have that plus 2 laps fuel. We need to really burn it up to make sure we're light towards the last lap of this race. Now Hamilton, I don't understand why he's quite far back from Rosberg, really. I don't know whether it's just me, but Hamilton seems to pretty much win every race that I do. And that's why I think it's pretty surprising in this sort of YouTuber career mode here that Rosberg is actually the faster Mercedes on average, which is kind of strange because on most of my races Hamilton just dominates and wins like every one. So it is kind of strange to see Rosberg actually winning. I know Rosberg actually won a couple of my races in my career modes, but it's just kind of strange to me. I don't know why, but seeing Hamilton so far back. But anyway, we are in the slipstream now of Hamilton. This is the penultimate lap of the race. Are we going to be able to make the move on Hamilton? Well, even if we don't, we're close enough to have the DRS in the DRS zone in a second. But it looks like we're going to make the same moves that we did on Button a couple of laps back. We're getting the move done and actually have the, we had the DRS there and still plus 2 laps of fuel here. So it looks like we're going to run still a bit over on the fuel as we finish the race here. But Rosberg's not even leading the race here. That's kind of strange. I was sort of expecting Rosberg to run away with this race, but it looks like Ricciardo, against maybe all odds, is actually winning this race here today. As we head around the final couple of turns here in the Red Bull Ring in Austria with a different strategy, Mickey's going to come home in 3rd place. Very, very good result. but I'm not too sure. It's kind of confusing whether Mickey chose that strategy or not. It's a bit weird because in personal terms I probably would have actually gone with the one-stop strategy here, but then I'm not as fast as Mickey, so I don't know how it worked out for me. But you can see on the lap times there, Mickey definitely had the best race pace there. And yeah, maybe the Williams strategy curse of 2014 came back to haunt Mickey there, and maybe put him on a different strategy than he actually would have wanted. But I suppose it's best to just leave the strategy how the team tells you, just in case something does go wrong and you can't actually blame yourself, then you had to blame the team. So yeah, that is how the race ended up there. Really good race from Mickey. The fight back with 2 pit stops with great pace ended up him in 3rd place here. And here is how the driver's standings looks. Rosberg leads on 156 points, Hamilton in 2nd on 141, and we are in 3rd place on 124. Obviously after that mistake in Canada from Alex, means that we dropped quite far back now from the rest of the top 2, or the other top 2 I should say. Vettel and Ricciardo making it a bit stronger for Red Bull now. But that good race there from the Red Bulls actually means they jump up to 2nd place in the Constructors there, so that's good for them, but obviously not as good for us in Williams. Massa having a bad run of form here. He's in 8th place and actually getting caught by Magnussen. But anyway guys, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's been Ax and I'm out of here. Goodbye.